everyone, my name is Vina, aka Miss WOCReader, and welcome back to my channel. I was supposed to do this video over a year ago, but the thing is I've actually been reading less middle grade recently because middle grade fantasy generally has been around 400 pages or more lately, and I feel that is a lot. I have a niece who is in the middle grade range, but she's so busy all the time she doesn't really sit down and read these big tomes. So when I have been reading middle grade, because I like to buy grade, or I like to get gifted middle grade and read it that I think she would enjoy, I tend to lean more towards the graphic novels, and they don't have as many fantasy based graphic novels with black characters. I'm hoping we get some more soon, but I feel like I went through a lot of books because I never want to recommend you guys books that I didn't enjoy. And I have a pretty good mix between length, like the shorter books and more fast-paced books, and the longer books. I wanted to recommend middle grade fantasies with black characters that's not Amari and the Night Brothers. A lot of times people will be like, I love middle grade, and they've read Amari and the Night Brothers and a few others. I wanted to just give some options here. Let's get right on into it. This is Honest June by Tina Wells. Think of it like a black Ella Enchanted in the modern day. We have this girl who gets a spell cast on her by a fairy godmother where she can only tell the truth, and she's navigating middle school, so there's a lot of hilarious antics. I loved her personality. I love when we get a really standout character in middle grade like this who has their own distinct voice. There was a lot of jokes, it's very fast paced, and there's even some cute illustrations sprinkled throughout. The next three books that I'm going to talk about are similar, but each of them has their own vibe that sets them apart. But all of them follow young girls who have lost their mothers and live with their single fathers and are experiencing grief. This is A Comb of Wishes by Lisa Stringfellow. It is set on the island of St. Rita, where Keela loves to collect sea glass that they call locally mermaid tears. One day she finds a magical comb and it unleashes a deadly mermaid. Josephine Against the Sea by Shakira Bourne. This is set in an island, I believe I'm not sure actually if it's Barbados or if it's just similar to Barbados, but it's set in a small village. We're following this girl named Josephine. Talk about the personality. This girl has sass for days. I love this book. It had me giggling. She takes no prisoners, and her father has been trying to date and she does not put up with it. She runs all those women off until one day this mysterious stranger comes, and the next minute this lady is moving into her house. A very fun, very fast-paced, quick read filled with lots of Caribbean mythology. To me, The Jumbies by Tracy Baptiste is a classic. So it's been out for, I believe, over 10 years now. I bought it around the time it originally came out. I had bought it for my cousin's daughter. She's now 18, and she was a lot younger when I had bought it. We had been reading it together for the summer, and this was just a joy. We rarely see books set in the Caribbean, especially around that time, that are easily available in the bookstore, so that was just a pretty cool experience for us. But this has mythology from a couple of different Caribbean countries, and it is another situation where we have this young earl, single father. Mysterious things start happening in her town after this beautiful woman shows up. This is Wild Seed Witch by Amari. This follows Hassani. She is a young YouTuber. She doesn't have a big following, but she's just starting out and she's really passionate about beauty on a budget. She ends up finding out that she has magical powers, and her family ships her off to this magical finishing school where she is among these elite witches who have been practicing their whole life. I feel like this does really capture the middle school experience, that kind of competition between girls that struggle to fit in. That is around the age my friends and I started getting a little bit more obsessed with beauty, like trying to do our makeup for school and stuff like that. And her being a YouTuber definitely fits in with the time. Keeping with the theme of magic school, we have The School for Unusual Magic. I actually need to get caught up with this series because I have book 2, I haven't read it yet, and then book 3 comes out by the end of the year. But this follows 3 different students as they try to pass a very hard magic school exam. This is Zoe and the Forest of Secrets by Alec Pilgrim. This one is set in Trinidad and Tobago. Zoe and her family end up moving from their old village. Zoe is upset. She doesn't feel like she fits in her new home. Her parents have split. She's still trying to adjust, and she ends up trying to run back home and gets trapped in the forest, which seems a lot denser and larger than she realized previously. Maya and the Rising Dark by Rena Barron. Maya finds out that her father is an Orisha who has to protect the veil. When he goes missing, it's up to her to save him along with her friends. So those are some recommendations I think you should check out if you did like Amari and the Night Brother, or if you know a child who loved Amari and the Night Brother and wants something like magical but is not sure what to go for. Let me know if you've read any of these. If you like this video, make sure and hit that like button. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!